Hey everybody, Sammy here at SFI Sports Cards, back with another video. Today is August 17th, and I wanted to do something a little different today. Wanted to pay homage to the architects of the modern day Slugger. I'm focusing here on the free swinging, going all in for the fences, big strikeout numbers, low batting averages. Now, while opening packs as a kid, me and my friends were just happy pulling, a base Don Mattingly, Roger Clemens, Canseco, McGuire, Kirby Puckett, and so forth. But occasionally, a name would pop up that would cause a reaction of frenzy, celebration, would give us a little bit of a laugh to our day, which I think is very important in card collecting. Can't just be all serious all the time. So I wanted to spotlight some names that fulfilled that void in my life, and to be honest, I've looked into buying their rookie cards. Some of them I already have, because they were an important part of my pack pulling days. And whenever I do happen to pull a pack, if I run into these names, I love it. So first, this is just an honorable mention. And that goes to Greg Luzinski. Now, he actually had some good averages, but I included him because, it didn't feel right when he wasn't just swinging as hard as he possibly could. Here are the home run totals for him. So he hit plenty of them. A lot of strikeouts. But look at these averages. 285, 272, 300, 300, 300. So it wasn't just all or nothing. I mean, when he swung, it seemed like it, but he did hit for some decent averages. So I just put him in as a honorable mention. He complimented Mike Schmidt very well in the Phillies lineups. But, at that time, strikeouts, they weren't rare, but they aren't, like now, hardly anyone ever brings it up, because that's just the way people hit now. But, back then, it wasn't as common as it is now. So Luzinski is honorable mention. But first in this group, let's start off in 1971. A real gem entered the game and may be considered as the grandfather of the modern day free swinging slugger, and that is Dave Kingman. Tall, lanky, light tower power. Kingman was definitely all in with every swing. He led the league in homers twice. Kind of hard to see, but the league leaders are in italics here. He got 48 one year and then 37 in another to lead the league. Also led the league in strikeouts a good, 3-4 times, but there are strikeout numbers. And some epic averages. 203, if I can focus it, 223, 231, 220, 238, 209. We got a 198 in there, a 204. His last season, he actually hit 35 home runs, hit 210. So he left the game It seemed like in his prime. I think he was in his late 30s when he finally retired. Now, he averaged about 160 strikeouts per year, which is, even a lot today. So he's definitely on the list. And a guy that would, as far as home runs, leave the stadium multiple times in his career. Now, next, we have a personal favorite of mine. He entered the league in 1973. That is Gorman Thomas. Now let's look at this beautiful man. Did you know, especially just by looking at this photo, he spent 84% of his games in the field patrolling center field. It's like as if scientists in a lab had to create the perfect specimen to play center field, and this is what they came up with. Thomas, he also led the league in homers a couple times. There you go, hit 45 in 79 and 39 in 82. Led the league in strikeouts a couple times. There you can see 175 and 170. His averages, not too bad, but later dipped in his career. Now, a lot of these are combined. Not a lot of them, but like 83, that's a combined split between two teams. So they're listed as split, even though they're in the same season. But he was hitting 179, 198, 239. 83, this averaged about 210. On this card, he hit 32 home runs in 85, but hit 215. Just beautiful stats to see on the back of a baseball card. He averaged, about 150 strikeouts in a year, so he's definitely on the list. Next, we have a little bit of a cult hero in the baseball world that entered our lives. He debuted in 1981, and that is Steve Bye-Bye Bell Boney. I loved, as a kid, watching his at-bats as a Yankees fan. All or nothing, that's what you were getting. Now, first, let's just look at the physique. Carved out of marble. Or donuts. Not sure which, but look at these numbers. Home run hitter. Now, these are his minor league numbers, but, here he is. He got traded to the Royals. 28 home runs, 36, 29, 24. So he was hitting the long ball. Here are his strikeouts. He didn't have many full seasons, but 139, 166, 146. And his averages, if we can focus here. There we go. 229. A couple times 240s. He dipped down to 207 one year. He averaged about 145 strikeouts in a year. But I actually just bought his rookie card not long ago because, he was a player that, in my childhood, got that reaction as far as just striking out or hitting home runs. It's the type of player he was. Next, a year later, 1982, this man made his debut. In that year, in the minor leagues, he crushed 50 home runs. That is the legend of Ron Kittle. A big man, 6'4", 200 plus pounds. I think the glasses have a lot to do with it. He also was a guy that would leave the stadium with some of his home runs. A couple times he hit 30 home runs. His rookie year and the year after. He would go on to win the Rookie of the Year in 1983 and lead the league in strikeouts with 150. Now his averages, look at this, 215, 230, 213, 238. He averaged about 160 strikeouts per year. Another all or nothing guy at the plate. Some of these guys, they're just fun to watch. There wasn't too many outcomes. Home run, strikeout, an occasional walk. That's what you're getting. He never hit over 19 doubles. Ron Kittle. Couple more guys on this next one. Another big burly man that made his debut in 1984. Some people, they relate him as the blueprint of the modern day slugger. That's the legend. Rob Deere. Terrific stats to look at on the back of a baseball card. He was consistent. 33, 28, 23, 26, 27. And I believe a couple years after this 91 card, he'd add on a couple more 20-plus homer seasons. Strikeouts? Yep. He was all about it. Now, on this card, it says he led the league twice, but I think he led the league 4 times. Look at his averages. 232, 238, 210, 209. But the threat of the long ball kept him in the lineup. Now, as far as averaging strikeouts in a year, he averaged 210 per year. Over a full season. Sure, some of the sluggers today probably reach that mark, but he was definitely a guy during his playing days that people started to look at as, another guy, all or nothing. Look at his doubles totals. 24 he hit. That was his career high. According to this card, anyway. So Rob Deere definitely is on this list. And a guy that when we pulled him out of packs as kids, we got a little bit of a chuckle out of it. Because we knew what kind of a player he was. And, it's not like he was going to adapt or anything, so. Now, finally, we have a guy, much hype coming out of the amateur ranks. He may not even be arguably the greatest college hitter ever, especially in the slugging category. Still holds a record for most career homers in college, 100, and that's in 3 seasons. Single season record, 48. And also record single season slugging percentage, 1.140. That is not OPS. That is slugging percentage. He averaged a homer in college every other game at Oklahoma State. And his 3 years there, he would lead them to the College World Series every year. And I give you Pete Incaviglia. Right out of the chute, rookie year, led the league in strikeouts. He never played minor league baseball. And to be honest, if he did, I don't think it would have mattered. You know, he went up there to do one thing, mash home runs. His averages, we started out pretty well, 250, 271, 249. Then he dipped to like 236, 233. A year after this card came out, I think he hit 214. But a must watch for home run hitters. He averaged about 175 strikeouts per year. But, he's the last of the group that I've come up with today. Low averages, lots of home runs, lots of strikeouts. Let me know if you have any other names from this era that you can think of. Many came after these guys. There's probably some players before them too, but maybe not the low averages that these guys had. But, during this era, we were seeing a shift in philosophy in hitting. And you can see it by their stats. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully these names put a little smile on your face. But enjoy the rest of the week and be safe out there. Take it easy.